Good afternoon or good evening, football fans. Big Al here on this Halloween night. It is Thursday, October 31st, 2024, and welcome back to my Week 9 NFL picks, both straight up and against the spread, and the injury update for both the Houston Texans and New York Jets heading into their game later on Thursday night football. All right, first and foremost, I want to take a look at how I did in my picks in week number 8. I finished with an 11-5 straight up record and a 7-9 ATS record. So overall, through 8 weeks, my straight up record is now 78-45. Which means I'm hitting about 63% of my picks. But my ATS record has struggled a bit over the past month or so. It's down to 61-60 with 2 draws. That's about a 504 win percentage. So I really got to pick that up. All right, before we get into tonight's picks, let's take a look at the current injury report heading into Thursday night football. And this is courtesy of NFL.com. All right, here we go. There's week 9. All right, so we're going to start off with the Houston Texans. There are 4 players who are listed as out for the visiting Texans, including linebacker Aziz Al-Shahir. I can't talk today. He has a knee injury. Center Jarrett Patterson has a concussion. Backup running back Damian Pierce has a groin. And safety Jimmy Ward also has a groin. All 4 players are out tonight for the Texans. A little bit of a longer list, though, for the New York Jets. Safety Tony Adams is out tonight with a hamstring. Safety Ashton Davis is out with a concussion. Defensive tackle Lecky Fotu is out with a knee. Wide receiver Alan Lazard is out with a chest injury. Tackle Morgan Moses is questionable with a knee. Linebacker CJ Mosley is out with a neck injury. Linebacker Chaz Surratt is questionable with a heel injury. Offensive guard Elijah Vera Tucker is out tonight with an ankle. And tight end Kenny Yeboah, he's questionable with an Achilles injury. And so that is the injury report going into Thursday night football, which is where we'll begin with our week 9 picks. All right, the 6-2 Houston Texans at the 2-6 New York Jets. Tonight at 8:15 Eastern on Prime. Your announcers are Al Michaels, Kirk Herbstreit, and Kaylee Hartung. The Texans come in at number 10 in my Week 9 power rankings. The Jets are at number 23. Of course, the Jets lost in Foxborough last week to the Patriots, while the Texans narrowly escaped against the Colts. Current point spread is New York -2, and the over-under is set at 42.5. Now, these are the point spreads and totals as I written them down earlier, so they may have changed at this point. I have the Texans winning this game 27-17. The game will go just over 42.5, and I'm taking Houston plus the 2 points. Now to Sunday. You'll have 8 games in the early window. You'll have 8 games in the early window. You'll have 4 in the late window. And then you'll have Sunday Night Football, which is a flex game between the Colts and Vikings. And then you'll have Monday night after that. But now to the early portion of the schedule, starting off with the 3-4 Dallas Cowboys at the 5-3 Atlanta Falcons. Sunday at 1 p.m. on Fox, your announcers are Adam Amin, Greg Olsen, and Pam Oliver. The Cowboys fell to number 21 in my Week 9 power rankings after yet another loss to the 49ers. The Falcons, meanwhile, are at number 12 in my Week 9 power rankings after they beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for the second time in a month. Current point spread is Atlanta minus 2.5. Over-under is 52. I think the Cowboys will get something going in this game. Give me Dallas in this one, 24-17. I think the game will go under 52, and I'm taking the Cowboys plus the 2.5 as the road underdogs. Next up, you've got the 5-3 Denver Broncos, led by the NFL's offensive rookie of the month for October in Bo Nix, taking on Lamar Jackson and the 5-3 Baltimore Ravens. Sunday at 1 p.m. on CBS. Your announcers are Jim Nantz, Tony Romo, and Tracy Wolfson. The Broncos made it to the top half of my Week 9 power rankings, coming in at number 16. The Baltimore Ravens, after that embarrassing loss to the Cleveland Browns, fell to number 8. Denver, by the way, defeated the hapless Carolina Panthers this past week. Current point spread is Baltimore minus 9, over-under is 46.5. I have the Ravens winning 31-17, the game finishing just over 46.5, and I'm taking the Ravens at minus 9. Up next, you've got the 2-6 Las Vegas Raiders at the 3-5 Cincinnati Bengals. Sunday at 1 p.m. on Fox, your announcers will be Kevin Kugler, Daryl Johnston, and Laura Oakman. And both are in the bottom of my Week 9 power rankings. The Raiders are at 29 after losing at home to the Chiefs. And the Bengals are down to number 24 after they got smashed by the Philadelphia Eagles. Current point spread is Cincinnati minus 7, and the over-under is at 46.5. I've got the Bengals winning straight up 24-20. The game will go under 46.5, but I'm taking Vegas plus 7. Staying in the state of Ohio, the 2-6 Cleveland Browns, who again knocked off Lamar and the Ravens last week, host the 4-3 Los Angeles Chargers. Sunday at 1 p.m. on CBS. Your announcers are Spiro Ditas, Adam Archuleta, and Aditi Kinkhabwala. The Chargers are up to number 14 in my Week 9 power rankings after last week's 26-8 victory over the New Orleans Saints. And the Browns, fresh off of that upset of the Ravens, moved up to number 25. Current point spread is LA minus 1, over-under is 42.5. I have the Browns winning this game 24-20, the game going over 42.5. And I'm taking Cleveland with that modest 1-point spread. All right, on to the AFC East as the 2-5 Miami Dolphins visit the 6-2 Buffalo Bills. Sunday at 1 p.m. on CBS. Your announcers are Kevin Harlan, Trent Green, and Melanie Collins. The Dolphins, I actually moved up to number 20 in my Week 9 power rankings because a lot of teams that are now below them had to move down. And that's despite losing a heartbreaker to the Cardinals. And the Buffalo Bills are at number 7 at the present time. I'm trying to think who they played last week. Oh, yeah, they beat up the Seahawks in Seattle last week. Sorry about that. Current point spread is Buffalo -6. Over under is 49.5. The Dolphins historically have struggled in Buffalo, and I think those struggles will continue. I have having the Bills winning 34-24. The game will shoot over 49.5, and I'm taking the hometown Bills at -6. Up next, you've got the 2-6 New England Patriots at the 1-6 Tennessee Titans. Sunday at 1 p.m. on Fox. Your announcers are Jason Benetti, Mark Schlereth, and Jen Hale. The Patriots moved up to 27 in my Week 9 power rankings after their win over the Jets. The Titans are down to 31 after getting demolished by the Lions, despite giving up just 225 yards of offense. They managed to give up 52 points in that game. Current point spread is Tennessee -3. The over-under is at 38. Now, I have two different picks for this game, and they both involve Drake May. If Drake May does play for the Patriots, they will win 23-16. The game will shoot over 38. And I'm taking the points with the Patriots at +3. If Drake May does not play and it's Jacoby Brissett at quarterback, I got Tennessee winning 21-16 and the game finishing under 38 points. And I'll take the hometown Titans -3. So again, Patriots win and cover if Drake May plays. Titans win and cover if he doesn't. Moving on to the 2-6 New Orleans Saints, who will be getting Derek Carr back at quarterback, visiting the 1-7 Carolina Panthers. Sunday at 1 p.m. on CBS. Your announcers are Tom McCarthy, Jay Feely, and Amanda Balionis. And these are two of my bottom three teams in the power rankings, as the Saints tumbled to number 30 in my Week 9 power rankings, and the Carolina Panthers are in their all too familiar spot at number 32. Current point spread is New Orleans -7. Over under is 43.5. And I think it's the Derek Carr effect. He's coming back this week, and I think he'll lead the Saints to a rather decisive victory. New Orleans wins 28-13. The game goes under 43.5. And I'm taking the Saints at -7, but I am not highly confident about it, even though you got Bryce Young on the other side for the Carolina Panthers, and their defense is terrible. And offensively, they're not that good either. All right, wrapping up the early games, you have the 6-2 Washington Commanders at the 2-6 New York Giants, Sunday at 1 p.m. on Fox. Your announcers are Chris Myers, Mark Sanchez, and Christina Pink. The Commanders, coming off that exhilarating Hail Mary against the Chicago Bears last week, rose to number 4 in my Week 9 power rankings. The Giants are at 26 after their Monday night loss to the Steelers. Current point spread is Washington -4, and the over-under is at 4.5. I think Washington wins 26-20. The game goes over 44.5, and I'm taking the Commanders on the road at -4. This was probably one of the tougher games I have to pick this week. The 4-3 Chicago Bears, who of course lost on that Hail Mary in DC last week, continuing their road trip in the desert against the 4-4 Arizona Cardinals. Sunday at 4:05 on CBS. Your announcers are Ian Eagle, Charles Davis, and Evan Washburn. The Bears stayed at number 13 in my Week 9 power rankings. I don't think that they should be punished because of a Hail Mary that didn't go their way. The Arizona Cardinals are up to number 19 after that 1-point win in Miami last week. And it's rare that they win in Miami, but they did. Current point spread is Arizona -1. The over-under is 44.5. I got to go with the Bears here because they have the better defense, and Arizona pretty much can't stop anyone. Chicago wins 27-20. The game goes over 44.5, and I'm taking the Bears at +1. Next up is my lock of the week. The 2-6 Jacksonville Jaguars at the 5-2 Philadelphia Eagles. Sunday at 4:05 on CBS. Your announcers are Andrew Catalan, Tiki Barber, Jason McCourty, and AJ Ross. The Jaguars are down at number 28 by Week 9 power rankings. And the Eagles are at number 6. The Jaguars lost at home to the Packers, while the Eagles got their first ever win in Cincinnati by destroying the Bengals. Current point spread is Philadelphia -7.5, and the over-under is 45.5. Now, I think the one thing the Eagles need to watch out for is Jacksonville's ground game. Tank Bigsby can run. We'll see how our defense does against him. But for the most part, I think it's going to be a dominant game for the Eagles. Once again, they'll run Saquon a lot. Jarrett Hurts will throw the ball to his pass catchers and continue their great play. 34-17, the Eagles will win. The game goes over 45.5. And I'm taking Philadelphia at home -7.5. Thus, my lock of the week. Check MP's in the house. What's up, Check MP? All right. To game 2 of Fox's doubleheader, also known as America's Game of the Week, which is also my game of the week for week number 9. The 6-1 Detroit Lions at the 6-2 Green Bay Packers in a battle for NFC North supremacy. Sunday at 4:25 on Fox. Your announcers are Kevin Burkhardt, Tom Brady, Aaron Andrews, and Tom Rinaldi. And both are in the top 5 in my Week 9 power rankings as the Lions sit number 2 and the Packers are at number 5. So not only will the winner take over sole possession of first place in the NFC North, they pretty much will have the top record in the conference as well. Current point spread is Detroit -2.5. Over-under is 48.5. I have the Lions winning 31-28. This is going to be a shootout. The game will go well over 48.5. And I'm taking the Lions at -2.5. Okay. Check MP, it's just gentlemen getting ready to head over to my brother-in-law's for dinner, then some trick-or-treating. How's your day been? Enjoying the stream? Thanks, my brother. Today's been pretty good. Outside of the fact that my phone has frozen and I can't even turn the damn thing off. It's ridiculous. I'm going to see what I can do with this thing. Okay, the rest, anyone not getting Packers, Lions will be getting the 3-4 Los Angeles Rams and the 4-4 Seattle Seahawks. Sunday at 4:25 on Fox. Your announcers are Kenny Albert, Jonathan Vilma, and Megan O'Leary. The Rams, who defeated the Minnesota Vikings last Thursday night, moved up to number 18 in my Week 9 power rankings. And the Seahawks, who got flat out curb stomped by the Bills, fell to number 15. Current point spread is LA -1, over-under is 48. I've got the Rams winning this one 27-19. The game goes under 48 just by a hair. And I'm taking the Rams with that -1. That modest -1, I should say. All right, Sunday Night Football is a flex game. It was originally supposed to be the Jaguars and the Eagles. They have since replaced it with the 4-4 Indianapolis Colts at the 5-2 Minnesota Vikings. And I wrote down Sunday at 4:25 on Fox, but this game is actually on Sunday night at 8:20 Eastern on NBC and streaming on Peacock. Your announcers will be Mike Tirico, Chris Collinsworth, and Melissa Stark. All right, the Colts are at number 22 in my Week 9 power rankings after losing to the Texans narrowly once again. And the Vikings, with their Thursday night loss to the aforementioned Rams, fell to number 9. Current point spread is Minnesota minus 5.5, and the over-under is at 46.5. I got the Vikings winning this one rather closely, 26-21. The game will finish just over 46.5. That hook is a big deal. But with the point spread switching, because it was a 6.5 point spread, and I had taken Minnesota minus 6.5, it has switched over to 5.5. So therefore, I have the Colts covering as the visiting underdog at plus 5.5. And rounding out the week, you've got Monday Night Football. The undermanned 4-4 Tampa Bay Buccaneers are off to Arrowhead to face Patrick Mahomes and the undefeated 7-0 Kansas City Chiefs. Monday night at 8:15 on ESPN. The game will also be simulcast on ABC. Your announcers are Joe Buck, Troy Aikman, and Lisa Salters. The Buccaneers, who lost at home to the Falcons last week, fell to number 17 in my Week 9 power rankings. While the Chiefs, who have now won 12 straight games dating back to last season, Week 17 of last season, and that includes their second straight Super Bowl, they remain at number 1 in my Week 9 power rankings. Current point spread is Kansas City minus 9.5. Over-under is 45.5. I've got the Chiefs winning straight up 31-24. This game will finish over 45.5, but I am taking Tampa Bay with the 9.5 points. So with 15 games on the schedule here in week number 9, there are 2 teams off. The 6-2 Pittsburgh Steelers, ranked number 3, of course, winning last Monday night against the Giants. And the 4-4 San Francisco 49ers, ranked number 11. They, of course, had a primetime win themselves, beating the Dallas Cowboys on Sunday Night Football. All right, so that is it for my Week 9 NFL picks, both straight up and against the spread, and the injury report for the Texans-Jets game coming up in less than 2 hours. Now, before I go, there is a little bit of a note that I want to share with you real quick. Since we are now pretty much at the halfway point of the season, beginning with this coming Tuesday's edition of the week that will be the Week 9 recap. We will also be taking a look at the current playoff races in both the AFC and the NFC, and we'll keep looking at those updated races every week until the season ends. So just a little extra for my Tuesday recaps. So make sure you join me for that. My next video will be out on Sunday, as we'll be taking a look at the rest of the Week 9 injury report. We'll see whether or not Drake May does suit up for the Patriots. Then I will be live at around 12 noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, which is about 30 minutes after the league announces their active players and inactive players. So again, that drops on Sunday, so join me for that. In the meantime, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Ring the bell and get notified every time I go live. Oh, and thanks a lot, ladies and gents, for the 50 subs. I really appreciate it. For now, Big L signing off. Thanks for watching and enjoy the pigskin. Peace out.